Hey crafty friends, Crystal here again today. Oh, I just started talking and my baby is staring at me like, what are you doing, mama? So yes, I am trying to film with my baby awake right now. We'll see how it goes. Pray for me. Anyways, I wanted to do a October inked wrap up review, whatever we're gonna call it. These were all the pens that I had inked up actually. So these are all the pens I had inked up in October, plus my coffee edition Schaefer, my Schaefer 100 coffee edition. Good Lord, I forgot to add this. I had already had it inked up, and so I did write with this quite a bit. Now, quite a few of these, or like a decent amount of these, still have ink in them, and I'm gonna try to just carry them over, continue writing with them, because I'm just kind of gonna maybe get started while I'm talking. Because I forgot I was going out of town for literally half of October. I did take pens with me, but the ones that I didn't take didn't get used as much, obviously, and so I still have some that are pretty full. First off, my Sailor Pro Gear King of Pen in Storm Over the Ocean, it's quite full. I didn't write with it very much. I did like a couple of journal entries with it, and that was about it. Okay, I have a little lamp on next to me. I hope it's gonna be okay with, oh, honey. Playing with like paper packing material. It's a very fun toy for him, but I maybe should have put it elsewhere. Whatever. If it's terrible, let me know. Okay, so we're gonna do pen ink flow, which is basically, that's exactly what I did last time, but I said comfort instead of pen. I'm just gonna say pen and it means comfort. Okay, the pen is a 10. The ink is a 10 and the flow is a 10. Okay, starting off big and bad. It's a 10 across the board. Okay, baby boy. Now he's playing with a rolly chair. Love this combo. Also, I did want to just briefly say, I had a comment on my last, or not my last video, but like my currently inked video for October, where somebody said, this is not a King of Pen, it's a Pro Gear. They definitely made this colorway in multiple sizes. I think they made it in all three, the King of Pen, the regular, and the slim, but I will show you for comparison. Oh, you know what? I have my sailors. I have a bunch of sailors in here. I will show you for comparison. Okay. Here's a Pro Gear King of Pen. Here's a Pro Gear, and here's a Pro Gear Slim. I'll take them out. I actually plan on doing a full like Sailor video, but there you can see this King of Pen is significantly bigger than a Sailor Pro Gear, which is, yes, honey, which is decently bigger than a Pro Gear Slim. So yeah, definitely the big boy, but the Storm Over the Ocean, it came in other colors too. Or sorry, other sizes. You know what I'm saying. Okay, we'll just put that to the side. Love this combo. Wish I had written with it more. Oh, is that so? There's like a buzz or something on the nib. Yeah, am I not paying attention? Okay. Yeah, beautiful baby boy. I'm just gonna leave it at that, whatever. I'm gonna keep my blurbs short today. Do you want one of your puffs? I brought the snackies to try to distract him. Oh yeah, these are the good ones. You like these ones? Okay, all three in one fist, sure. Okay, next up was my Leonardo Furore. I have such a hard time saying that word. Furore. Is that right? Whatever. In Aquapetra, with the Sailor Ink Kyokkou. This I did not take with me, and I've hardly written with it this month. I actually wrote a journal entry with it today because I was like, damn girl, you really need to write with that. I think I was just feeling a little pissy coming off of hating it last month, like with the dry ink combo that was Jane Eyre. So yeah, I like this so much better. And look at this, because it's sat in here, it's totally darkened, but I actually love it. I mean, we'll see how it is when it dries, but I had that thought today when I wrote with it, or maybe it just, I think I had just inked it up when we filmed this video, so maybe it hadn't like, you know, fully gotten down into the feed and whatnot. This pen, what did I rate it last month? I think I'm gonna give it a 9. It's really comfortable. 9. I think I'm gonna give this ink, ooh, okay, this is hard. I like this ink, but I think because I need to be harsh, I've got to give it an 8. And I think I'm gonna give the flow a 7, which is not bad. 7 is not bad. Do you need more puffs, my boy? I should have just put a whole bunch of them out here for you. Oh yeah, you finished the ones you have. Enjoy. What flavor do we have? Banana, apple, blueberry. How exciting. Because, and I think it's just because it's a little bit of a lighter ink, but it's gorgeous. Beautiful pen and ink. Sometimes, my brain was moving faster than my hand. That happens to me a fair amount. Sometimes a little light in the extra fine nib. But you see here, look at, it's looking a lot darker. We'll see as it dries. But I liked it, and I will continue writing with it next month. We'll continue with pairing. Oh my God. To use up the ink. Okay. And I gotta say, I have been enjoying the extra fine life. It's good. Yeah, and I feel like this is not the pen necessarily, but the ink color is kind of wintry. It looks kind of like cold and icy to me. So I feel like it will be good for winter, even though, you know, we're going into November, which is not winter. But whatever, it's getting cold. I'm cold. The heater just turned on. I don't think you can hear it, but it did. Okay, next up was my Lamy Dialog in the navy colorway, navy and rose gold. This I just cleaned because it is totally empty. I did take this pen with me on my travel, and I actually ended up running out of ink way faster than I expected. I don't know, man. I just went to write with it one day and it was gone. I like it. So, oh, that's my boy. Did you, man, you finished those already. He's really excited about this flavor. Well, sure, you can have more. I will once again write with my Sailor Pro Gear Every Rose because, spoiler alert, I didn't write with this guy this month. So it's another, you know, it's going to be another carryover. But the pens that I've completely finished, I'll go ahead and write with this. So I'm going to give the ink and the flow both a 10. I love that milk chocolate ink. I will say it did darken a bit. But okay, let's talk about the pen really quick. I love the way the nib writes and the way it feels. It's that, you know, it's a lovely Lamy gold nib. Love it. But I will say something about this pen. I don't know if it's the way that it's weighted. It's pretty heavy. It's a heavy pen, in my opinion. But it's not back weighted. It's just, I don't know. And it's also not tapered at all. Something about it makes my handwriting kind of shitty. Yes, my boy. It makes mommy's handwriting shitty, and I don't know what it is. Like, it's hard for me to have really nice penmanship writing with this pen. It's weird. So as much as I like writing with it, it's kind of, I don't know. It's a weird experience because like it's pretty comfortable in my hand. Like it's not that it's uncomfortable or that, you know, the nib is bad. I think it has to do with the shape and the weight, the weighting, how like it's just, I don't know. It feels like the weight where, I mean, I guess we could actually figure out where the balance point is. Okay, right in the middle. That's kind of what I thought, that it felt kind of evenly distributed. And you know, it's sausage. I think it was the Fig Boot on pens say that the bigger one felt like writing with a hot dog. This doesn't feel like writing with a hot dog, but I know entirely what he means. So I think for that reason, I'm gonna give the pen a 7. Is that harsh enough? I think I will, because it's comfortable. My handwriting just kind of is weird. I don't know. Pen is nice writer, but my handwriting is, what am I trying? My handwriting is struggle is what I was gonna write. Is my handwriting struggles with it. Loved the ink. Oh, also the other thing I was gonna say, or I think I did say, but I'll just say it again, that definitely showed up darker. Loved the ink, but it did darken. Whoa, hello child. Darken in the pen. So the capping and sealing is not, you know, super fantastic. It definitely darkened. Okay, the next one, I'm gonna move these a little farther away from my child. The next one is the Magna Carta Mag 650 in Malachite. This is another one that I hardly use, but I also didn't super expect to use it a lot. It's a super flex nib, and I have a document ink in here. So it was kind of a specialty case anyways. But I used it to like address an envelope, and that was about it. As you can see, this flow is kind of intense. I actually might give it a 9 for flow because it's almost like too much. And the pen, I think I'm gonna give the pen a 9. Like it's really solid. And I'm gonna give the flow an 8. So wet. Yeah, usually that would be for like dryer or something, but like no, it's, yeah. And then the ink, I think the ink gets, I don't know, a 9, a 10. I really like it. I think I'm just gonna go with 9. Because it's not like, oh my god, outstanding, but I do like it. So wet. Nice combo. Nice combo, kind of hard to do normal lettering. As you can see, it's just gushing all over the place. But when you really want to flex it up and like, whoa, yeah, look at that. We just burped all over the page. Oh my gosh, I don't even think I have a paper towel here because I just used it when I was cleaning my ink. Oh dear. Hold, please. Well, shit. In the process of cleaning up these 2 blobs, this was very wet, and I like put the paper towel on it and made it worse. So there's nothing I can do about it. We're just gonna move on. We're gonna move on to the Sailor Wancher collaboration. This is a Pro Gear, and this is the matcha color. Oh my god, I loved this. This is basically out of ink. I checked before this video, and like I can push I did push the converter all the way up. So it still writes, but there's really nothing left in it. And this gets 10s all the way around. Freaking loved it. 10, 10, 10. Love my sailors. Love this ink. Love this pairing. The ink is so great and well behaved. This honestly writes like exactly how I want it to. I like the perfect amount of wetness, and I really like the medium fine nib that's on here. I wrote quite a few like longer journal entries with this, and it just did great. Like, I don't like to do a longer journal entry with a broad nib or a broader nib. I like to do something a little bit finer, and like it just looks great, and I loved it. And this is the matcha latte ink with the matcha latte pen. Perfect. Love it. And I will clean this out soon. Maybe I'll try to write something else with it just to like totally use it up, but it's basically empty. And then this baddie, oh, gorgeous. You can see there's definitely still some ink in here. This is not one that I took with me on my trip, or I probably would have written with it a lot more. Absolutely love it. This ink is so pretty. The pen, I think I'm gonna give it a 9. It's comfy. I love it. I don't know, something about it is, oh, you want more of your puffs. You see where they are. Okay, there you go. You got a nice little pile of them there. Something about it keeps me from giving it a 10. I'm not sure what. Maybe it's the lightweightness and the fact that I don't really want to cap it. I could, but, well, it's kind of nice capped. But I feel like it doesn't post. Or, yeah, posted, not capped. I don't know about posting it. Something about it, I don't want to do it. Ink and Flow get a 10. It's, oh man, gorgeous. Gorgeous pen. Smooth and wet flow. I really liked the combo. Love this ink. Super fantastic. I feel like I'm saying the word super a lot. What else can we say? Loved it. Gonna keep it inked because, this is kind of transparent. So you can see there's still quite a bit of ink in there. So I'll just keep this inked for now. It's great. Why not? Loved it. And then we have my Pelikan with the Jane Eyre. I did not take this one with me. So, I don't know. There's no ink window, which is part of the, I don't know. That's like kind of a disappointing thing. I don't know entirely how much ink is in here. I don't think it's a ton. I did write a letter with this, but I didn't use it a whole heck of a lot. The pen is a 10. Freaking love it. The ink and the flow. Okay. So here we go. Jane Eyre. This is the ink that I did not like in my Aquapetra last month, and it was a sample, and I put it in this to see if I could like it. And it did, like in this pen, honestly, it did fine. It did fine. Yes, my boy. I think I'm going to give the flow an 8, and that's entirely that's entirely because of the pen, not the ink, because I do find the ink quite dry, and I'm going to give it a 5. I'm going to give it a 5 here because like I wouldn't buy it. I don't really like it. Like this month it was okay. So I didn't hate it this month. So I feel like I can't put it in the like below 5 category, but I also didn't like it. And like, I would not put it in the like it above 5 category. I hope this is making sense. And actually I gave the rest of my sample away because I was like, you know what? I'm done with it. I've experimented. It's had its use. Oops. This pen sometimes does. You saw that. It sometimes does hard start on me on a downstroke. Love this pen. Ink is just so. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want this to get like forever long. Will I unink this? I don't know. I might leave it inked up for just a little while longer just to kind of use it. But I don't think I'm going to ink this pen again next month. So my Montblanc 149. I did take this one with me on my trip and I did finish it. It's been cleaned. And I've decided I'm gonna sell this pen. I don't like it. Yeah. Pen, ink, flow. I think the ink gets a 10. It was great. I loved the ink. And flow gets like a 9, I think. But the pen, I guess because I want to sell it, I have to give it like below a 5. I'm going to give it a 4 for me this month. I just didn't love it. I didn't love the writing experience. I think it's too big for me, which is kind of crazy for me to say, especially since, you know, we were just talking about the M1000, which is also a really big pen, but not as big. I mean, and I think, so here we go. Let's uncap these for a minute and do a little lookity-loo. I think it's the grip. The Montblanc grip is significantly bigger. You can see, oh child, give me that. We're not gonna play with that. I love your enthusiasm for mommy's stuff. The grip is a lot bigger on this one, and I think it just surprisingly is not my vibe. I don't know, man. I was really disappointed by Montblanc. And then, okay, well, I thought I cleaned this. I think, where did that come from? That might have come from the cap. Maybe I needed to clean the cap a little bit better, because that's another thing. It did leak into the cap a bit. I mean, I took it on an airplane, but even like it cleaned it off and it did it again. Okay, might need to do a little more cleaning, make it clean before I sell it. If you're interested, let me know. If you want a Montblanc 149, here it is. But yeah, because you know, this is an expensive pen and I'm just not getting joy from it. So I think I'm gonna sell it. Going to sell the pen. Not a love. Was annoyed with it this month. Maybe I'll write with it one more time before selling it, but I think I'm probably just gonna sell it. Ink is lovely. I have a full bottle of that ink. Okay, next up is my Visconti Homo Sapiens Bronze Age, and it was inked with Sailor Washington. I also did just clean this. I took this one with me and I used it. Yes, I used it all up. In fact, again, no ink window. I actually ran out of ink in this way sooner than I expected. I did do a Zentangle with it, which could contribute maybe to running out. I don't know, maybe like it used more ink than I realized. But I don't know, man. I have been told that these have a pretty big ink capacity, and maybe I didn't get a good fill on it. That's probably what it was. But yeah, it ran out a lot sooner than I was expecting, but it was a great writing experience. I enjoyed the ink, and you can see by this swatch here, I don't know, can you see that it's got some interesting shading going on that didn't really show up in the writing, but that's okay. It was an extra fine. I am kind of excited to see this ink. You know what? Maybe I should put this ink in my... Yeah, he says now. Maybe I should put it in my Pelikan and see how that goes. You're so precious. Oh my goodness. Oh, he is demanding to be picked up. Okay, here's my boy. Oh, you don't want to show your handsies? Okay, I just don't want you to eat on my pens. He definitely tries to eat on my pens. They're just the right size and shape for sticking in his mouth. Link? No, I don't know how to fix this. LOL. I think the pen gets a 9. The ink gets a 9. And the flow gets an 8. Just because of how desaturated it shows up. And the pen gets a 9 because it's a little bit heavy and it's not like 100% my favorite type of feel in the hand. But it's a beautiful writer. beautiful writer. Wish the ink was more saturated. Yeah, little heavy in my hand. That's right. Okay, next up was my Waterman Carene, and it was inked up with Journalize Hecate. Took this one with me on vacation, wrote with it quite a bit, loved it. Love. This pen definitely gets a 10, and it's definitely a little bit stubby, my medium. Pen, 10. Ink, 10. Flow, 10. Wow, we got another one. All 10s. Amazing writer. Amazingly smooth. It just feels good. Oh, love it. Love the slight stubbiness. Ink is gorgeous and gorge. Is that how we spell? I want to buy a full bottle. It's out of stock at Vanessa. I'm so sad. I went to like add it to my cart. Not that I was gonna buy anything just yet, but like, you know, just to stick it in my cart save it for later. And it was sold out. So that's tragic. I'll have to wait for it to come back. But I absolutely loved this. I think the ink is mostly gone. I twisted it up quite a bit. But I think I'll ride it dry. You know, it won't last that much longer into the next month, but it will a little bit. Okay, and then last but not least is my Pilot Custom Urushi with the J Herbin. I'm just gonna call it the Egypt ink, okay? I don't have the accent, okay? That's right, honey. This was an interesting experience. I think this pen is too big for me, which like irritates me. I didn't think that was gonna be the case. So, see, and there you go. It just kind of hard started. Pen, ink, flow. So I'm going to say the flow was not great. In fact, and now it is a shimmer and it has sat in the pen for all month. Cause I wrote a decently long letter with it. I don't know, a few days ago. And I was annoyed like several times while writing the letter. It railroaded on me quite a few times. And did the like kind of hard start going down. And I was just like, what the hell is going on? So the flow, man, I'm gonna give it a 6. Cause it just wasn't super fantastic. And the pen, I actually think I'm gonna give it a 7. And the ink, man, what should I give it? An 8? I think I'm gonna give the ink an 8. I don't think it's the ink's fault, or maybe it is, but the combo wasn't great. Combo was just okay. Oh, you see, it just did it. Railroads and hard starts. Almost too bouncy. At times. Yeah, the almost too bouncy at times, making my handwriting, my quick writing shitty. So I don't know how I feel about this. Maybe I don't really want to ink it up next month. I already have like quite a few pens. I've done most of my inking for next month. And I have a few carryovers. So I don't really want another pen inked. So I don't think I'll ink this up next month. But it'll be perfect for Christmas with this red. So I'll definitely ink it in December, I think. But I definitely want to give this pen some more tries. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, I want to write this here. Pen might be too big. Yeah, I don't know. It's a beautiful writer, so smooth and lovely. And I don't know, man, the railroading. I don't know what that's about. But it just wasn't a super fantastic experience this month. But I wasn't like really irritated with it. The way that the Montblanc somehow just wasn't my vibe. Yeah, so we'll try it again. We'll see how it goes. And then this last one was the Sailor Pro Gear, which I talked about last month, that every rose has its thorn. I think I wrote with it like one time. So still a carryover. I might just end up uninking it at some point. But there we have it. Those were my pen and ink pairings for the month of October. I had a pretty good time. I feel like I did a decent amount of writing for being away for like 2 weeks out of the whole month, but not as much as last month. So I do have quite a few. Really? What is it? It's time for dinner? I think it's time for dinner. It is. I still have a lot of carryovers. So anyways, let me know what you guys think. What ink and pen was your fave? And I will see you very soon, probably with November inked. Bye.